Good morning. Future Wesley here. So looking back on what I did, I had problems. And what you're about to see is me actually being upset with an individual that was working for me, Mr. Tim. And I just, look how I tore it apart. See where that ball socket is right there? That ball socket? I put the thing back together wrong. Last night, we got her all back together again, and I was priming it, and wouldn't prime, so I had the boys go out and put water in the rinse tank, or there's a spare tank. You know, sometimes with this sprayer, when you run out, if you have I call it a spot tank, but if you run out of fertilizer or spray in the big tank, there's a 160-gallon tank on the front of this Navigator where the steps are. You can see that's tilted, cocked to the right over there. That fills 160 gallons. You can pump it across and then go back to spraying again, or spray what you had missed the first go round. Or if you have a different chemical in there, you can just redo it, or you can rinse it. 160 gallons worth of rinsate and then spray it back onto the field, whatever. Anyways, in my fits of rage, as I was expressing my displeasure with my oldest son, who is supposed to be setting an example, instead is actually not being a team player, and he is not teaching the rest of the group good ethics, good work ethics. He's, stop at every convenience store and do whatever the hell he wants to do, and he's supposed to be getting back there because I have a lot of work that needs to get done before we take off to the straw job. So I was just expressing my displeasure, and that's not a good thing to do when you're trying to put a piece of equipment back together in the proper manner, and you forget which direction it was put on. So last night, we're trying to prime it, can't get it to prime. Finally, we put water into the thing, got it to prime, and I flipped the valve, and it does this horrific noise. Sounds like there's, it's deadheading like 2,500 pound of pressure. These piston pumps produce one shit ton of pressure. I don't think it's that much, but it's a lot of pressure. And it started blowing past O-rings and making the bypass valve was going nutso. But you can see right here, if you look at the ball valve, you can see that I do not have it in the correct position. I actually have the back of the ball valve facing to the right, facing inward instead of outward. So what I'm going to have to do is tear this whole thing apart again and take it out of there, flip the ball, put it back in again. Hopefully I don't have any leakage or anything, and do the entire job all over again. So if you're working on something and someone has pissed you off, please just tell them to get out of your hair. Just get away from me, and you can do that. It's okay. Nobody's going to really complain too much. It's not as difficult of a job to repair this as what you would think, but it isn't. It's just annoying. It's going to take me 2 hours to tear this whole thing apart, put it all back together again, and then maybe I'll be able to go to the field after that and actually start to work. But it should function correctly when I'm done. Bada bing, bada boom, we should be good to go. Hopefully, we're good to go. Yeah, so in the other, I probably don't even have to tear the whole entire thing apart. I can probably just loosen the bolts up and slip the shaft out of the slot, because that's all it will take to do, as long as I got to tear the whole thing apart. But when I get it apart, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Is you see that thing I'm tapping on right there with the hammer? That is what tightens it up against the mounting bracket. If I loosen that screw up and pull the valve up or open or away, that will actually slip the shaft out of its position, and I can just turn the handle 180 degrees and fix my problem. I don't actually have to tear the whole entire thing apart. So I just can't believe I did it. Last night Yesterday was just frustration number one. The Hardy Commander is down. I cannot get it to work. I had to order new wiring harnesses. I have a broken wire in a wiring harness someplace. I'm not sure where. Went all the way to Richland, got a speed sensor because the speed is not registering right. And then not only is the speed not registering right, that's causing the flow valves or the pressure regulator valve to open up and close, open up and close. I can go from 20 gallons to the acre to 200 gallons to the acre to 0 gallons to the acre, all like that. So this thing is glitching like a fool. Looked at the computer board. Computer board's fine, but we're just having all kinds of kittens and pups about this thing. So anyways, enjoy the rest of this video. I will shut up now and you can watch and see what happens and pray for me. I can't post all the cursing and swearing.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Am I cursing and swearing? So how much of that cursing and swearing did you get?
When you were yelling to Timothy, go, 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 it's
Okay.
on,
No,
go, go.
I haven't explained everything. Yeah, I was yelling at Timothy, so you're going to see some fast forward, and you're going to see my face probably turn pretty red, and you're going to see kids scattering like cockroaches when you turn on the light. Yeah, because, you know, people sometimes just piss me the fuck off. Yeah, oh, did I just curse again?
You just did, yeah.
Well, Jesus. Anyway, so, maybe you saw me put this together. Did they see me put this together?
Yes, I got that.
So you saw me put it together. Miss Teresa made sure that I put it together. Yeah, so now what I have to do, and I'm going to lubricate these because if you don't lubricate them, they may pinch. But I have been working on this for, what, 2 weeks? For this little piece of shit. This little piece of brass right here. Shit. But I got it. If you have a Hardy sprayer, now I'm going to defend Hardy a little bit before I bash them some. You know, you got to bring them up before you take them down, or you take them down before you bring them up. Well, I'm going to take them up before I bring them down. So anyway, I love my Hardy sprayers. They work really great. They work wonderfully. I'm happy that I have them. But when something breaks, you really can't just say, hey, I got a Hardy Navigator 1100 and here's the serial number, can you get me this valve part? That shit doesn't work. They have mentally challenged people that work at their place where they assemble these things. I mean, if it calls for a valve, this valve, to be here, I did put that thing on there, right, didn't I?
I don't know.
Well, me neither. I did put that on there, right, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay. So if it calls for this valve here to be here, they may pull this valve and put it over here and then take this valve and put it up here because they have no standardization. They told me from Hardy that the shaft, and you saw it in the last video, the shaft that went inside this one was for the big, this machine took the big shaft. Well, it didn't. And all the parts that I ordered came to me as though I had the big shaft, which would have had valves like this inside of it, not valves like this. So anyway, that's what I've been dealing with a little bit here, and it's really not difficult to do this repair. Hold on a second, I gotta get some juice.
You need juice?
Well,
So you're lubricating.
yeah, I lubricated the one that I needed to lubricate. I use silicone paste. A lot of people don't, but I do. So anyway, I was in the middle of telling you a story that I can't put on YouTube. Did you know that, babe? Did you know that, babe?
Yeah.
Okay.
With what?
Yes.
Right, just that straight purple thing? Purple, can't remember what it's
That's
called.
it. Super clean. Super clean.
No water?
No water. Anyway, what was I saying to you?
Well, you don't want to say the story right now because we're in the middle of...
Well, no, I'm putting this thing together. You know what?
That clips on like that, huh?
That's it. It's really simple to put it back together.
Okay.
I need a spray lubricant, though. What you got there, babe? Other than a freaking thing up my ass.
Oh, what's in your ass? Something fell.
Yeah, it's just...
Your phone.
My phone. Oh, God. You know how difficult this is going to be? You know, they put these things in the weirdest places. Alright. You know, sometimes maybe I'm not going to get it all the way it should be. Just to put it the way I want it to be. I got a feeling I'm not going to get all my fertilizer on this year. You know that? Oh, what the
No,
hell?
that's alright, I guess.
No, it's not.
Well,
Well,
you do what you can. How's that sound? You know what? I am so close to, like, jump.